What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we are going to talk about, as you can tell by the title of the video, 93 octane versus E85. I've been asked this question a lot of times. How much horsepower do you pick up going from 93 to E85 with same boost levels in a supercharged Coyote car? So far, I've never been able to give anybody a clear answer because I have not had a car to go on the dyno and run 93 and then switch it over to E85, run the exact same boost. Most people want to throw a smaller pulley on, they want to turn up the boost with turbos when you go E85, so I haven't really had a great comparison to be able to share with you guys. So we had a customer come in that gave me an opportunity to compare the two in the most controlled way I could. But before we get started, guys, really quick, I want to talk about something, and that is dynos. I get a lot of people say, man, that car put down a lot of horsepower. Man, that's too much horsepower. Dyno's really happy. Well, that should have made more horsepower. I always get this. And one thing you have to remember is you can put a car on a dyno, say for example, out at the horsepower factory, and then you can take it to another dyno and to another dyno, and majority of times you're gonna get 3 different numbers. But I always tell people that dynos are a great tuning tool. They're a great tool for comparison. They're an excellent tool for that. And if you're going to use the same dyno over and over and over again, like I said, great for comparison, because you can make modifications, take it back to the same dyno, and you can kind of control one of the variables in the situation. So that being said, I take dyno numbers with a grain of salt. If you watched any of my videos, I have told you in the video, and if you talk to me in person, I have told you that my true measure of horsepower is when I put my car on the drag strip and I run it down the drag strip and I look at the track speed. I had a customer that come in that we installed a ESS G3 Supercharger kit, and he wanted to know 93 and E85. I've got a hold of the horsepower factory, and I got it scheduled so we could have both dyno pulls done on the same day, trying to take as many variables out of the equation as we could. The car is tuned by Wengerd Performance, who's tunes 99% of our cars that come through here and does an excellent job. It's tuned by Wengerd Performance. So what we have is an 18 GT, and it had previously been in our shop in the past, and we put a set of comp stage 2 cams in it and a ported AFS 18 plus intake manifold on it. At that time, he was planning on staying naturally aspirated. However, he decided to go with a supercharger kit and chose to go with the ESS supercharger kit. So we installed an ESS G3 supercharger kit with a 120 millimeter pulley with a VMP return style fuel system. We was able to get it out to the dyno on 93. Now this is pump 93 versus pump E. I wanted a great comparison. I didn't want to run additive in the 93, and I didn't want to run a race ethanol. I wanted pump versus pump. So we got it on Shell 93 octane and took it out to the dyno, and this is what it done. So as you can see, we put down 737 horsepower and 552 foot-pound of torque. Now, as you can tell, it made peak horsepower around 7120, and the reason being that it didn't go beyond that is because we ran into a common problem that you have with pump 93 at times, is it pulled about a degree of timing out in the upper RPM, and you get that from time to time. One thing I will say, if you're gonna run a 120 millimeter pulley, you need to have good 93 in the car. Have some additive on standby in case you need it, and pay close attention to what your car is doing. Have some way to see the knock. That way, if you get into a car and you see knock, then you know you probably need to go ahead and put some additive in your fuel. Or you can just step up to the next size pulley up for the G3 kit and run that on 93, then run the smaller pulleys on E85. But if you have good 93 in your area, from my experience working with the ESS kits, it does just fine with the 120 millimeter pulley. We brought it back to the shop. We got the 93 out. We put E85. It tested around 81, 82% ethanol, right around that area. And we took it back to the dyno and we put it back on the dyno the same day to see what it done. As you can tell in the video, we got a little excited. I wasn't expecting as much. I spoke with Wengerd Performance, and he expected about that much horsepower pickup from 93 to 85. I knew there was a pretty big difference in a boosted vehicle. I just didn't realize there was that big of a difference in a boosted vehicle. But however, we put down 857 horsepower, which is a 120 horsepower gain, and 599 foot-pound of torque, which is a 47 foot-pound of torque gain. Now that is peak numbers. So I was very impressed with it, and it gave us the opportunity to show you guys what actually it does pick up. Now we could have threw a smaller pulley on it, because going with E85, you can throw a small pulley on, but we wanted a good comparison to be able to show you guys, since the customer wanted a 93 and E85 dyno so he could see the difference. It's a good comparison, guys, and like I said, dynos are great tuning tools. The main reason we use them here is because it is a controlled environment to put my customers' cars on. I'm not out on the street trying to do 100+ mile/hour pulls, getting pulled over, and you know, trying to explain to the cop how come we were doing over 100 miles per hour on the street. And you know, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd rather put it in a controlled environment for wide open throttle pulls. This is a loaded Mustang dyno. It's a great tool for tuning, and that's what we use it for. And yes, we do have horsepower numbers, and we use the same dyno over and over and over again, so I'm able to compare setups all the time. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to compare setups. Now, one thing I will say, when you're comparing setups, you're taking two different cars. So there's a huge variable there when you're taking two different cars and you're putting them on the dyno. This instance, we had the same car, the same supercharger, the same pulley, the same tuner. The only thing we changed is we went from 93 with the tune to E85 with the tune. And Daryl did not even know that I was making a video about this or anything, so there's nothing, he didn't dull back one and spice one up. None of that was done. This is straight pump 93 versus pump E85, and I picked the best 93 that we usually have, which is Shell here, and the best E85 station that we usually have around here that usually tests 80 and above. I really enjoyed doing this for you guys. I have a lot of people that ask me, and I'm not one to throw numbers out into the air and like, well, I think it should do this if you do all the calculations, because at the end, that's not fair to you guys. I want to show you, and really the only way you can do it is take the same car, and if you can, the same day, and be able to do these comparison videos. If you enjoy this, let me know. We can maybe do some more stuff like this. I do enjoy, for example, like we did on Xander's vehicle, we took his car in stock form, and then we took his car back to the dyno with the ESS kit, and we see how much horsepower we picked up and actually aspirated to boost. Now we've seen what we picked up going from pump 93 to pump E. So that's a good comparison video. I love comparison videos like that. Like I said, dyno numbers can vary between this dyno and that dyno. True numbers are out there on the drag strip. That's the reason when you will see me out on the drag strip. I know we haven't been out there this year, guys, and it really sucks. This shop has been booming, and I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna complain. If it doesn't allow me to do some stuff, then so be it. But the shop is very busy. I'm so grateful to all my customers. We have had customers from 16 different states so far. which is amazing. We've had them from New Mexico to Florida to New York, Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, all over the place, guys. 16 different states. And that is just pure amazing to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Guys, really quick, before I go, all the information for the shop is down in the description, and we can get you ESS Supercharger kits when we install them ourselves. So hit us up. We've actually ordered 2 ESS kits here recently, along with a Whipple kit and other stuff. So guys, we are busy. We now can get you parts. Hit us up. All of our shop information is down in the description, guys. Hit us up for parts and installation or parts. But let us know, guys, how we can help you. And the shop's been going strong for a year now. That's gonna be another video for you guys. We're gonna talk about how the shop's doing. It's been a year now since we opened the shop. But that's another video, guys. I don't wanna hold you up, I don't wanna bore you. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next time. All right, so first, get something to drink. All right, let's go. Pick up, same boost level, going from 93. Got a ghost over here.